Hi, I'm Dusty Gibbs with Gibbs Garden Center, and we're here today to talk to you a little bit about trimming rose bushes. Every year from customers visiting our garden centers, one of the most frequently asked questions that we get is about trimming roses. When and how? And mainly we're talking about the knockout rose like the one I've got behind me here. Now we're in North Alabama, and if you look us up on a USDA garden and zoning map, you'll see that we're in Zone 7. Today is February the 27th. And pretty much in our area, any time in the month of February is a good time to get your roses trimmed back. Now as you can see on this rose bush we've got behind us, it's already got some new growth putting out on it. Now that is a dead giveaway that it's time to get these rose bushes trimmed back. Alright, if you can see where all this branching takes place in here, that's where this rose bush was cut back at last year. Now keep that in mind. Anywhere that you make a cut mark on this rose bush, you're going to cause it to branch and start to grow right below that cut mark. Now the most common mistake that I see when out visiting with customers and talking about their landscaping is somebody has come in and took a set of hedge trimmers and just shaped up that rose bush like they did the rest of the shrubs around the house when they trimmed them back. Now I'm not saying you can't cut your roses back with a set of hedge trimmers. You cut them back with whatever you want to cut them back with. The point I'm simply trying to make is we don't want all this branching to occur up here 2.5, 3 foot off the ground in these outer extremities of the rose bush. What that's going to do is it's going to cause the bottom part of that rose bush to be very weak and spindly looking. What we'd like to see you do is to move all that branching down in here lower to the ground. And when I say lower to the ground, I'm talking about 8 inches to the ground. Now what that's going to do, when you move all that branching down here lower to the ground, is it's going to cause that to be a much more full, dense, and vibrant rose bush from the ground up. Alright, like I said, you can use whatever you want to trim these roses back. If you want to use a set of hedge trimmers, that's fine. We don't generally use a set of hedge trimmers. It just seems to mash the ends and split them up and kind of make it look ugly. But I've seen people use that and they grow back just fine. What we normally use is just a set of hand pruners. Now these are a Felco No. 2 hand pruner, and if you do much gardening, I'd encourage you to invest in a good set of them. Some of them are a little pricey, but I think a good set of them will save you a little time and effort. Alright. This is a pretty good sized rose bush, and we're probably going to have a set of loppers here to get down to where we need to be. And also, if you've got to cut any of this away, that's fine. Just cut it wherever you need to cut it. Doesn't really matter. We're going to cut all that off anyway. As you can see, we've got our rose bush trimmed back now. It's not a whole lot to it. And if you can measure 8 inches up off the ground, you're perfectly capable of trimming your rose bushes back. There's not a whole lot left to do now but put a good rose food on it. Now if you've got a fertilizer you're using, I'd go ahead and use it. Fertilizer's too expensive to waste. When you do run out, this is a Fertilome product. It's a Fertilome rose and flower food with a systemic insecticide in it. Now we've used this product on our landscaping crews, and we've sold it in our garden centers for over 10 years. We've got very good results from it, and we've got positive feedback from our customers on it. Alright, like I said, this rose food has a systemic insecticide in it. Now if you don't like using insecticides, that's fine. They make it with or without that insecticide in it. However, if you don't mind using an insecticide, I would recommend you get it. It's only about $1 extra to get that in there, and it will help you with your bug problems down the road. Alright, now this is a 4-pound bag. It calls for 2 ounces around each rose bush. So this 4-pound bag will do about 32 rose bushes, and it costs you about $10. So it's very economical to use also. And if you do have a lot of fertilizing to do, they also make it in a 15-pound bag, and it'll run you about $25. Alright, what you want to do is you want to take that 2 ounces of fertilizer and you want to apply it in the drip zone of this rose bush. Now this rose bush is about 4 foot when we cut it back, and even cutting it back to this 8 inches of the ground, it's going to grow to about that 4 foot this year. So that's going to give us about a 2-foot radius around that rose bush to apply this fertilizer. And you just apply it on top of the bark, mulch, grass, whatever is there. The rain's going to work it in. You don't have to work it into the ground or anything like that. The one thing you don't want to do is just take that 2 ounces of rose food and just pile it right by the base. It could burn or damage the rose bush. So you just want to apply it in the drip zone and that radius around it. Now I will give you a little hint. If you've got your rose bushes planted on some type of hill or incline, I would take that fertilizer and I would just apply it to the high side. Like I said earlier, fertilizer's too expensive to waste. And the rain's just going to wash that away from that rose bush, especially on the low side. So you want to keep that in that root zone for the longest period that you can, where that rose has got a chance to take it up in it. All right, that's pretty much all there is to it, and with a little sunshine, we'll have blooms by Mother's Day. We truly do appreciate you tuning in, and if we can ever help you with anything, please let us know. You can check us out on our website at gibbsgardencenter.com. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel for upcoming videos. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram.